What's up, everybody? Today I wanted to talk about my experience with trying to create the life of my most soul-fulfilled dreams, and also integrating that with a unique enlightenment path. I just really wanted to make this video as a form of encouragement to those who have not given up on their dreams, and living a life of their dreams, and living a life that's soul-centered and soul-fulfilled and is integrated with the fulfilling spiritual path. I just wanted y'all to know out there that it can be very difficult, and the world can pull on you in many different ways, and resist you, and included within that is your own mind, your subconscious, your trauma conditionings, spiritual beings, environments, food, media, the way your family treats you, your current relationships, your current job. So I just want to let you know that if you are someone who thinks about living the life of their dreams, even if that's someone who only experiences that whenever you're watching my videos or reading my content, I just want you to know that if you can be inspired by hearing about living the life of your dreams, if you can be inspired by hearing about living a soul-fulfilled life, then you can accomplish one. You can live one, and you can experience one. And I just want you to know that it doesn't matter what's in your way. It doesn't matter what's stopping you, what's holding you back. It truly doesn't matter, because if you have the power of imagination, the power of imagination will transform the entirety of your world. Okay? Because when you sit there and hold imagination for the life that you want to live, and for the soul-fulfilled experiences and relationships and work in environments that you want to experience, you are doing enlightenment work. You are breaking egoic attachments and identifications with old versions of yourself and old belief systems and stories that are holding you back from being the person who's living the life of their dreams. And I just wanted you to know that, in my personal experience, it's been tremendously difficult trying to make my dreams happen and live a maximally soul-fulfilled life. There's been so much resistance to me doing it, but because I've been doing it so long, I've really been working on it since February this year, almost every single day in some capacity. And for most of the days, it's been most hours of the day. And I just wanted you to know that what I've learned from that process is that you can if you show up every single day, or 5 days a week, most of the days a week, and you're consistent, you imagine and you come up with action plans, and you take action, and you take action in a way where you're relaxing and you're practicing feeling the positive emotions that you most want to feel at the end of accomplishing your dreams and along the way of accomplishing them. If you do that every single day, well, it gets to the point to where, one, you see that no matter how bad your life is or how many challenges there are, you're going to make progress, okay? Because imagine you do that process for 6 months, a year, 2 years, 3 years, you're gonna make progress, okay? And also, it starts to get to the point to where you realize, well, this process of trying to live the life of your most soul-fulfilled dreams is actually just the process of, in a way that's considering what will fulfill your soul and what experiences will fill your soul. It's actually a practice of, coming up with and taking action on the best ideas for you to live your best life. And so as you practice that over and over again, you start to realize a number of things. One of them is that there's no way to fail, because you're just training your mind to come up with your best visions, action plans, and then to take action on them, and to have faith that the best things will happen as you do this process. So you start to come to realize that there's no better way for you to live your life, because like when is there a time when it's a good idea for you to not spend every day thinking about what are your best ideas for your best life and how to accomplish those, right? And you also learn that because there's no better way to live your life, well, there's no use in thinking about whether you're going to fail or succeed, even though, of course, you're going to think about that. And it's useful to think about it on a different level, right? The level of like practicality of trying to make things happen. But on a meta spiritual level, there's like, it doesn't even matter. And there's no use in thinking of whether you're going to success or fail, because you start to understand that it's a process. And it's really the best process that you could commit yourself to if you're someone who values having a soul-fulfilled life filled with soul-fulfilling experiences, and the best one that you could live. So, you know, it's this interesting kind of like non-dual kind of lesson that you start to learn. And in Buddhism, non-duality and the focus on non-duality and which is holding two opposites in mind at the same time, right? Light, dark, all, nothing, you know, cat, dog, that's not exactly right, but what ends up happening as you hold opposites in mind at the same time is like what the Buddha said is the most enlightening exercise that you can do. It will enlighten you the fastest. So in that vein, it gets to the point to where essentially you consider your soul-fulfilled dream life path to be non-dual too, in the way that you think of it from a nihilist perspective and also from an absurdist perspective. And so if you're not familiar with philosophy, nihilism basically is like, you know, it's the perspective of everything is meaningless, right? And nothing matters, okay? I'm sure it goes deeper than that. I'm not an expert on nihilism, but also at the opposite of it is absurdism. And absurdism is also a recognition that life inherently does not have any meaning, but basically in response to that recognition, you respond to it and you say, well, fuck it, I'm gonna make my own meaning anyways and create my own experiences that I want to create anyways that are fulfilling to me. And so it gets to the point to where you realize that like everything has no meaning, and also but you can make your meaning anyways. And so like the whole idea of like failure or success starts to disappear too, because it's like you just start to get to this place of like taking effective action on creating your best, most soul-fulfilled life from a place not of tremendous care, although there is a tremendous care that's built in you for building this life the more that you do these processes to build this life. But also you start to more and more get to this place of like, I don't give a fuck, which is really interesting, to be taking like the best actions that you could possibly be taking to live the best life possible from a place of I don't give a fuck, because you just start to realize the absurdism of living your life in any other way, to the point to where like you can even be threatened to be killed. You can be threatened to be killed, and then it's just like, okay, well, like, so even if I was threatened to be killed, or I might die because of this, like, is that like an excuse now to like now no longer spend every day trying to think of my best idea to live my best life and like take action on that and create action plans? No. And so it gets to this point to where it's like, the more that you do this process, the more that you create a soul-fulfilled dream life that's as fulfilling as it could be, which means that it's going to be filled with as much meaning as it could be filled with. And then also, it's like you just have this absurdist feeling of recognizing that like anything that's in the way doesn't matter, and whether it works out or not doesn't matter. And so I'm just going to do this regardless of what happens. And so I just wanted to give support and tell people like this process can take so long, and most people who even have the ambition to create a life of their dreams in a soul-fulfilled way or not, will spend a little bit of time on it and fall off, like I did when I was younger. Spend a little bit of time on it, fall off of the habits, get inspired, spend a little bit of time on it, fall off on the habits. And what I learned this time, after 11 years of doing that, was this time I just committed to not stopping and realizing that, like, even if it doesn't work, that's part of the process of it working. And like, I don't give a fuck anymore, and like getting to a place of absurdism. Like, I'm just not gonna stop. I'm gonna keep going. And I just want you to know that if there's anything I could tell you, it's like, just keep fucking doing it. Because I've listened to so many like self-development speakers and spiritual teachers, and they'll give all this advice. But like, the main advice that I feel like anyone needs as a newbie is that you just need to be putting in the hours doing this process over and 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 over again. And in doing that, let go of needing any kind of like outcome, basically, in any quick kind of way, so that like the deep subconscious, like soul level molding of yourself can happen through showing up over and over and over and over and over again, and letting the work like release the attachments that the world has on you being someone who was a previous self who was not able to accomplish living a life of their dreams and living one. So yeah, just be willing to put in the hours and show up every day, and do it in a way that's relaxed, and do it in a way where you're letting yourself feel good, and do it in a way where you're not letting yourself letting feeling bad get in the way of showing up to the process, and you're treating creating your dream life as your job. Okay? And you don't want to get fired from your job, so you got to show up when you feel bad or when you feel good. If everyone did that, their lives would be amazing. So I just want you to know that, and have that encouragement. And if you would like help with creating a life like this, where you are identifying the gifts of your soul and then committing to sharing those with yourself and the world, and having experiences that are aligned with the gifts and the desires and the destiny urges of your soul in the biggest ways, if you are inspired to do that, if you're motivated to do that, well, one way to accomplish that is keep following my content and learn from it. Do those steps I mentioned earlier in the video. And then the next step is basically going to be, so anyways, yeah, and if you're inspired to get help from me with that, if you feel like my energy is inspiring and supportive to you and motivating to you, and you want help on accomplishing that life and living that life faster, read my detailed offer for my one-on-one dream life, soul fulfilled, maximally coaching below, where I work with you one-on-one. I help identify the gifts of your soul. We get you aligned with the vision of the life that you truly want to experience, and then I do all the inner work with you, the subconscious healing work, the PTSD healing work, the trauma healing work. I help to upgrade your fucking belief in yourself and what you're capable of in the world, and help you to get used to and train yourself to get used to coming up with the action plans and taking action on them, and having faith in yourself, and just instilling the accountability in your life that makes sure that you keep doing this. So if all that sounds interesting to you, either reach out directly to me through DM, or read my detailed offer down below this video, and see if it appeals to you. And if it does, reach out today. Don't wait, because you really want to take advantage of your highest inspiration with things like this. So this has been Jonny Wyld De La Soul. If you have any questions or anything with regards to living a soul-fulfilled dream life, where you're giving your gifts to the world in the most fulfilling ways that fulfill you and fulfill others in the most fulfilling ways, and have their lives and your lives be the best possible they could be, including, you know, the animals of the planet and the planet itself considered as one. If you are interested in that, if you have questions about that, you can either reach out to me privately or leave them in the comments below. If you leave them in the comments below, I get more visibility on this video. More people can be influenced by seeing this video and get help with this video by seeing this video. And so yeah, that would be great if you put them out publicly. So this is Jonny Wyld De La Soul. I can't wait to inspire you next time. Encourage you next time. Let's go. Let's put in the reps, baby. Till next time, out.